I know a lot of folks think I'm paid to say this sort of stuff because I've been associated with the NFL since 2003, since walking out there week 10 of the 2003 National Football League season, welcoming you to NFL Network. This season has been unbelievable. This NFL season has been just spectacular, so terrific. It is wide open. It is wide open. And by that, I mean there are 5 teams now. 5 teams at 10-2. And nobody better. There's no 11-win team. There's no 12-0 team that's running away, and there's a bunch of other teams that are performing very well or above average or better than what we expected. There are 5 teams that are 10-2 going into the final quarter of the season. We have reached the three-quarter post point of the 2019 NFL 100 season, and it is wide open. And one of the teams that is not 10-2 are the Kansas City Chiefs, who hosted the AFC Championship game last year. Another team that's not 10-2 is a Texans team that just made the Patriots 10-2 with Deshaun Watson and a if you will, chunk play offense that they have been showing off last couple weeks since Will Fuller's gotten back and healthy. You've got a 9-3 team in the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers. While everybody's focusing on the 10-win team, there is Aaron Rodgers and a Packers team that has a very stout defense of its own. The ability to maybe host a game or two in Lambeau Field, if necessary. Anybody want a piece of that? Then you've got the 8-4 Vikings, who lost last night. How about this? We're coming off of a Vikings loss on a primetime game and not universally pinning it on Kirk Cousins.
First time for everything.
Right? We're not all sitting here coast to coast on shows like this one saying, man, Cousins just not earning those dollars. As a matter of fact,
he's played great this year, man.
And you know, he's played great ever since there was a full-on Vikings mutiny with Thielen talking out about, I think, when Thielen opened his mouth, I think it was in the direction of the coaching staff. And when Diggs didn't open his mouth, but suddenly got sick and couldn't practice and showed up at a press conference saying bizarre, passive-aggressive things, I think that was in the direction of Cousins. And ever since then, Cousins has been lights out. He's been terrific. And as a matter of fact, last night was the matchup between the two quarterbacks who've ranked first and second in passing touchdowns since 2017. If I told you, name them, you'd go, okay, it's got to be Mahomes, even though he didn't play.
Right.
He played just one game in 2017. But it's Russell Wilson and it's Kirk Cousins. And the Vikings defense is terrific, even though Seattle had its way a little bit last night. But no team at home, and I mean this, maybe the Patriots come close. And I swear. And that's how the high praise I'm about to hand out. I have not seen a team at home in a primetime game, lights on the field, spotlight on nationally. I can't recall another team that has greater momentum when they score one big play, quite like the Seattle Seahawks in that building in front of the 12s. It's unbelievable. Again, if you want to show somebody what momentum looks like in sports, just show them a 5-6 minute chunk from last night's Monday Night Football game in Seattle. And then you could just repeat from their Legion of Boom championship years. Usually does start with a defensive touchdown. They're also fake punting last night. They went with a fake punt up. It was a smart move. I don't know if that's the special teams coach, if it's Pete Carroll saying, let's do it. If the punter goes ahead and sees whatever he needs to see, he's got the green light to go ahead and fake punt. But
what a great play.
They were up by double digits, and you felt that maybe Minnesota getting the ball back would create a tighter game that did actually materialize. Fake punt, a pick six for Minnesota. that happened after it hit a Viking into the direction of Russell Wilson, who tried to bat it down. Instead, he batted it for an interception. Crazy. Wild game. But the Vikings are 8-4. And then I'll say this, man. Sitting at 7-5 are your defending NFC champion Rams, who boat raced Arizona. And you can say, okay, boat raced Arizona, big deal. 3-8-1 Arizona Cardinals. Well, it is a big deal. Cardinals coming off of a bye week, and the Cardinals, despite being 3-7-1, as I mentioned going into that game, they're 3-7-1. You don't want to be the most entertaining 3-7-1, difficult 3-7-1 team in the NFL. That's not what you want to be known as. And I'm sure, again, Buffalo Bills fans are going to be, don't sleep on us at 9-3. Kurt Warner's going to join us here, and he saw some interesting things on the Patriots-Texans tape in which the problems on occasion on offense aren't to do with the wide receivers who might not know where they're supposed to be or the wide receivers who haven't played well enough to understand where Brady wants them to be. But Kurt saw a few mistakes from number 12. Which leads us again. You've got the defending champs having problems on offense to the point where will they be able to go point for point in a championship situation with the Ravens that they might not even get to, because with 4 games to go, it is entirely feasible they don't even have a home playoff game. I just said that into a microphone. The Buffalo Bills, with the final 4 games of this season, are just 1 game behind New England. Back when they fought it out in September, it was kind of like, well, they had their shot. Good job, Bills. Keep winning those games that nobody expects you to win, even though you're better than the opponent. Keep winning those games. We won't even pay attention to you because you're not really lighting up the screen. We don't have too many of your players on our fantasy league anyway. But push comes to shove. We are here. First week of December, and the Bills are just a game behind New England.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.